by unleashing Godzilla Jr., he was only showing pride in his sexual orientation. At least that's what I'd be telling the judge if I was in his shoes. Jeepers Creepers, the latest edition of the Hamilton Spectator plopped on my desk. And before using this fine piece of pulp and paper to line the office birdcage, a story caught my eye. Here's the headline, quote, Hamilton police looking for man who exposed himself to young person, end quote. Here's the lead, quote, Hamilton police are looking for a man who allegedly approached a young person, asked them to perform a sexual act, and then exposed himself Monday evening. Shortly before 8:30 p.m., June 27th, police were called to Cannon Street East near Lotteridge Street, where this incident occurred. Police are looking for a black man in his 20s with a medium build and short black hair, end quote. Now riddle me this, just who committed the so-called crime here? Was this really a case of indecent exposure? Or given the knee-jerk reaction to the phallus on display, was this perhaps a case of hateful homophobia? You see, this incident occurred on Monday, just 20 hours earlier at the Toronto Pride Parade. Well, let me tell you folks, the streets of Hogtown resembled a sausage fest on steroids. Oh, and there would be no complaints about the diverse wieners blowing in the wind on this day, let me tell you, even though cops galore lined the parade route. And it's a good thing nobody dared ask a cop to arrest any of the cocky cocksmen, because complaining about any free willies on this day would surely have resulted in the policeman charging the complainant with a hate crime. Oh, damn you. We're here. We're queer. Do you want a beer? No, thanks. I'm not hungry right now.
A lot of people, when they hear the term pedophile, they automatically assume that it means a sex offender. And that isn't true. And it leads to a lot of misconceptions about attractions toward minors.
Anyway, who's to say that this 20-something fellow on the run in Steeltown wasn't demonstrating his gay pride? By the way, can anyone educate me why expressing pride in one's sexual orientation means doffing one's clothes and putting the whole wedding tackle on display for everyone to see? Just curious, me being a straight square and all. In fact, the only sin the Hamilton man committed, methinks, is that he was not waving a little rainbow flag as he let loose his Johnson from his trousers. That little rainbow flag is very powerful, you know. It protects flashers from being criminally charged. Indeed, that multicolored flag is kind of like a get-out-of-jail-free card, or the deflector shields utilized by the Starship Enterprise when dealing with nasty aliens.
Shields up, ready!
So let's call off the dogs and assume this Hamilton scholar forgot his rainbow flag to indicate his member meant no harm whatsoever, and that by unleashing Godzilla Jr., he was only showing pride in his sexual orientation. At least that's what I'd be telling the judge if I was in his shoes. In the meantime, I strongly urge the editor of the Hamilton Spectator and Hamilton's chief of police to surrender themselves immediately to the closest Human Rights Commission in order to obtain sensitivity training. I mean, really, guys, what a couple of insensitive dicks. For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzies. Hey folks, before you know it, summer's going to be here, so get ready to have fun in the sun by wearing some of the newest Rebel News merchandise. We've got new t-shirts, sweatshirts, caps, you name it. Wear your politics on your sleeve when it comes to supporting Rebel News and looking quite fashionably as you do so. Please go to rebelnewsstore.com. That's rebelnewsstore.com and place your order today.